Capcom presents
Ready?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes. Capcom.
Hello everybody, this is Nick from Arcade-Hunters.com, and this of course is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes on the Sega Dreamcast. Now, this game came out in the arcades and on the Dreamcast back in 2000, and since this was ported onto the Dreamcast, it was very easy for them since it was originally made on Naomi hardware. So porting the game was very easy to do, and it came out before the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions came out last year. This was the superior home port of the game. Now, as everybody knows, this game was very hard to come by for a number of years just because that the Capcom had lost their license to use the Marvel characters, which was a real shame because they ended up going with EA, and everybody can tell you about those really crappy, I think it was Marvel Nemesis. The game sucked out loud compared to Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And because they had lost their license when this game was re-released on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, they were very hard to come by. So if trying to find this game online through eBay would still command up to like $60 to $80, and I had checked it recently before I had done the audio for this video, and I was surprised it was still going up for $60 on the Dreamcast. So I could pretty much get $10 more than what I paid for it. I'm pretty sure I paid $50 back in the day when this came out. Now, with this game, you can obviously see I am not the best player in this game. I'm actually using one of the high-tier characters, which, with fighting games, I really don't use, I don't go for tiers. I play the characters that I like the best, and when I knew that they were bringing Mag-Neto and the Sentinel back, I knew I had to have them on my team because I loved playing as them in X-Men Children of the Atom, and Captain Commando was one of my favorite characters. If you saw the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 video, I used him all the time with Jin, and his assist where he comes in and pounds down for the Captain Storm just does amazing damage, and it's great anti-air stuff that can just take people out of the air. It's really cool stuff. Now, the way this game played was much different from the previous games. They went from 6 buttons to 4 buttons, 4 regular attacks, but the 2 were used for assists, and as you can see, people really use them for their advantage just by sending out people to just do attacks and just screw you up and stuff like that. But this was one of those games that I've said that has taken on a life of its own, because when I was growing up, I played this at the Sports Plus arcade in Lake Grove, Long Island. And what sucked with Sports Plus was they never put the unlock code in for the characters. So every time my friend and I would go on Saturday night, it would be something new, new character would be unlocked. I remember when they unlocked Rogue, and pretty much no one gave 2 shits about Rogue. It was all about, when's the other character's going to be unlocked. So it was weird to see how, even though there is 56 characters in the game, most people will use about the same, 8 or 10 characters. With some of the, you'll definitely see Sentinel and Storm and Cable, but I've only seen, I think Justin Wong is one of the only people that I have seen competitively that uses Cyclops. I have seen some really cool videos online that they have done some Marvel 2 low-tier tournaments, which are pretty cool because you get to see a lot of characters that people don't regularly use, and they can be pretty effective. Like Sun over here on the now on the left is actually really cool. I've seen some people use her. Sun's really cool because she's actually, I think, in the game is supposed to be the granddaughter of one of Capcom characters' first games. And speaking of new characters, there were 2 brand new characters added into this game that had never been seen from again. They were from the Capcom side. There was Ruby Hart, which was the pirate who was supposed to be like the main character of the game, and then of course there was also a Mingo, who was this fake cactus-looking guy that would send out little cactus minions on you and would do some pretty cool damage. I used to watch a couple of guys that used to play as him a lot, Him and Anakaris from the Darkstalker series. I used to see a lot of good players. Also over here, Tron Bond I thought was a really cool addition from the Mega Man Legends series. It was always cool to see another Mega Man character added into a Capcom fighting game. Now, of course, I cannot talk about this game without talking about the background music. And it's that thing that, you know, some people either love or hate. Some people love that it's just very out of place with such a high-impact, frenetic game. Some people, I'm not one of the fans of the music. It's really weird to see what Capcom does with the music in their fighting games, because you had Third Strike, which had a very hip-hop influenced soundtrack. This has more of a smooth jazz aspect, you know. Gonna take you for a ride, you cannot talk about that. And you know, it's kind of weird now to see, like, you know, with Street Fighter 4, it sounds like they're going back to using, it sounds like almost techno music now that they're using, so it's really weird to see that. Now, this, of course, if I haven't mentioned, this game was also released on the 360 and the Triple back in 2009 with great online play. I've still yet to pick up the game, pretty much just because I'm afraid of getting my ass handed to me by everybody online. But as you can see, it's an amazing game. If you have the ability to pick it up, the original Dreamcast port, it's well worth it. But if you want to play online with some people all over the world, get the 360 and PS3 version. So I'm Nick, thanks for watching.